Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Yesterday we started, and it's really yesterday, man. Yesterday we started to modify the base here a bit. I have made a room here now, dug out a lot of the material around here, and yeah, made this at the moment still open room. And today I want to move the cargo containers from up there to down here, and then have them hidden a bit more, and maybe with the ability to later add some more of them. That would be neat. Later we need to make some kind of stairway down here. Maybe we can integrate that into the tower that I want to build. That would be neat. I think I could make a protrusion here, have that go down to here, and then open it up. That would be neat, because then it is at least a bit not hidden away, but I don't have to make a big opening somewhere in the platform up there. On the platform we can then later, don't know, add housing or something like that. Maybe that would be cool too. Okay, we have the tubes here that we can use to connect some cargo containers. I thought that maybe I want to line up the cargo containers on this wall, have maybe a cargo container or multiple cargo containers for components, cargo containers for ingots, and cargo containers for maybe ores. Maybe we later get some more ores that we could use in here. We will have to see. Good thing is that we also have space for maybe some refineries, so I could move the refineries and the assemblers down here too. That would be good. Then I can clean up the whole surface area here basically, and have have this stuff hidden away, and these containers. I will leave this up here for now. That shouldn't be a problem. Later we can hide that too, so the timers and all that stuff. And then we can think about a way to make a nice building or so up here. That would be neat. Something with maybe glass or so. I'm still thinking about that. It's having more space later will come in handy, I would say. Okay, let us start by moving some cargo containers. So let me take a look at my recording. I hope everything runs. I updated the software for my Hope.org recording device that I'm using to record, and every time I do this I have to completely set up my settings again. That sounds weird. Yeah, I have to completely redo my settings for the Hope.org. That is a bit annoying, because the software has the tendency to crash whenever I do that. And there's a new one out. That's another thing I found out that is a bit annoying. But these things are at the moment too expensive for me to already get a new one. This one records in 1080p and in 30 frames per second. The new one is able to record in 60 frames per second, but this is Space Engineers. It never runs in 60 frames per second for me, so maybe I don't need to update yet. Okay, I will put, although I could connect up there, I will put in a conveyor here. Then I will make a placeholder for one of these cargo containers. So I have 3 by 3. Then I could add another conveyor, but maybe I don't do that. Maybe I add another placeholder to have the storages separated from each other. Just physically, they are not separated from each other up there. That's just for me an optical thing that I can use to later identify what is what. And so I use these containers now for something else. Okay, I will have to move the reactor, but that was my plan anyways. I later think about moving the reactor even farther down, maybe have it somewhere even more below the ground here. Make a reactor level or something like that. That would be neat. So, okay. I want to have the farthest back there for components. So I am thinking about a 2x2 group of cargo containers here, and all of these will be component storages. So then later I think about having these as storages for maybe ingots, and then have another group 2x2 for ores. Okay, let me grab and make another placeholder just to have that done. We should think this out a bit more and not have it so completely random as I normally do stuff like this. Okay, these will be for ores, and I could place some refineries on this wall. The room is high enough to have, don't know, how many can I, 3? Can I put 3 here? I could even put more here. I could use up the whole wall here for refineries. Or I could do that later. That is maybe more realistic, because I want to have more refineries for the future. We don't have ore processing here at the moment. Normally I just bring in ingots. But if we ever get it to process ore here, we want to have the refineries, name them accordingly, because the TIM, the inventory management, can also handle ores in refineries. What I think it does is, I should have read it a bit more closely. What I think it can do is it can put ores into, or different ores into the refineries, so that you don't have to. Okay, let me see what we have here. We have a connection on each side. Do we have one up top? No, we just have the... Oh, okay, we will keep them a bit away from the wall, so that we can add some of the modules later. So I could place some efficiency and power modules back here. I will have to think about that, because later I will not be able to get behind the stuff. Problem is, now we have to connect it on the bottom here. I could have turned them around, but I think that's not necessary. I can live with it being Okay, why do I have the, okay. Should I put, I will put another conveyor here. Because then I can add maybe some more refineries later. Let me do some spacing too. For it would, no, 6 refineries would fit in perfectly. But what I would have to do is I would have to connect them one after the other, I think, because otherwise I will not be able to get behind that in the end. Okay, we will do with these 3 refineries for now, and then later we will add 3 more if we ever update the capacity that far. What I always want to test is, what we could try is to maybe have not a gravity funnel, but a funnel for ores that we don't know. We could try to drop from the orbit. That would be neat. That would be neat, but I'm not sure if we can do that. What I always want to have, and I don't know, maybe one of you knows, is there something like a laser system that you could position on the ground and then have a guidance laser that you could use to maybe guide the building of a station, so that you can see basically the laser in orbit and then position a base in orbit very precisely, so that you could just maybe drop ores from orbit into a funnel or something like that, that you could catch it, because then I wouldn't need to have, wow, there will be a thunderstorm in a bit, and I might want to not record then. Oh, the weather cuts this episode short. Can you hear that? That is crazy. Good. Maybe if you know something like that, then let me know. Otherwise, I will try to do that in a different way, because the funnels should be able to funnel in the ores that I could drop from orbit without being damaged. That could be possible, that I just drop ore from the orbit, and I could just not max out, but heighten the amount of floating objects I can have. And then that would be neat. That would be neat, because then I wouldn't have to have, I wouldn't have to have freighters that land on the planet. I will do that with the modules. I will do that later. Am I missing materials, or is it a missing connection I have here? Oh, it could be a missing connection. Let me try to finish this. Okay, now the connection should be back when I have done this, because this is also the connection to the nanite factory. Okay, now it should hopefully work again. So let me take a look at this. Now I should be able to later remove the, okay, what is missing? Come on, I have all that stuff. Oh, I don't have all that stuff. Whee! No, I have all that stuff. See? Man, don't stop producing stuff now. Oh, by the way, beautiful sun. The dev version up until now is behaving really good. I'm absolutely surprised. The mods work, and it looks good and it runs a bit smoother. That is really, really neat. I hope that stays that way, because the stable version, I still have to say that sometimes feels not as stable as it should be. And if the dev version always runs this smooth, then I'm absolutely happy to completely go for the dev version, stay in it, and just have all the new things always. That would be neat. Okay, let me see. I have these containers ready. I could, and that's one thing I want to do, maybe make it a bit nicer back there. We could have this connection up top, or could have this connection somewhere in the front. I will have to see if the conveyor stays that way. But what I can do now, and that's all the settings you have to do, is we have this large cargo. We will keep having it cargo 3. Let me do one thing. This is always a problem with the naming of these things. Okay, and I should have called it... I will just copy this, because otherwise I will not be able to get the brackets there. Let me... You have to call it basically just... You have to say, okay, this is a Tim thing for the... Oh, now I don't have the name. I'm missing the paper that I had. Oh, I have it. It is Teledine. Okay, Teledine's inventory management. It's called Tim. We will keep it as Tim. You have to say, okay, this is a Tim thing, and then we will call it component. Just component will make it so that components go into this cargo container. So I think now this is named accordingly. I will go over to this one, and this one will be the one for not components but for ore. I will remove the container again, and not for ore, for Tim, and then ingot. It takes the single form of this. I tried it with the now getting into grammar. English grammar is not my thing, but you can see, just call it ingot, and then it should store all ingots. This will be the one for ore. This, by the way, is also the thing for for the refineries. So if you want to have refineries that are managed by Tim, then call them, or let me do that. We are doing that here now. Let's get this going. No, can I? No. There's no Control Z to go back. And now we just grab this, Control C, and then just edit. Come on. Just edit to these refineries. These are the refineries that are getting built at the moment. Then I can remove the other refinery, and I still have a way to add the brackets to some things. Okay, this should already be named accordingly. That's good. I don't know if there's a way to... Maybe I will take a look at the script and see if there's a way to maybe name... I don't know if there's a way to maybe name the sorters, to maybe be able to use this whole group as or thing. Otherwise, I will just name the containers accordingly always. Okay, let me put in the conveyor blocks and then connect it up. Yeah, this could pose a problem again. Maybe if we add the conveyor now, we can hopefully just weld it up and then the connection should work again. Okay, this is already connected. This is also already connected. This is a good thing because then I can rename the one up top to normal cargo containers, so they are not managed by Tim, and then all the stuff in them should go into the containers at the bottom. Oh, okay, this stuff will not do that. By the way, this is one way to indicate how often I died, to see how many of the magazines I have down here. Okay, and we can remove this so that it already... See, it already took out the ingots. That's a good thing. Now I can remove them, connect this up top here, and don't have these things sticking out here anymore. I want to have this container. I will put just this stuff in here. How many? 204? That can't be right. I think I didn't die that often. Not sure. Okay, people. The weather is getting worse here, and I'm... The noise will make me go crazy, even if you don't hear it. I always think you hear it. So let me end the episode here. Short one for today. I hope you liked it anyways. These are my ongoing plans for this base. Some of you hopefully like that I went back to base building and that I'm starting to coordinate the base thing a bit more. Good, people. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, then please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next episode. See ya, guys.